Oh, I'm tired of being outside all day with my nose being all runny and stuff. Oh, it's so boring. Oh, hi everyone. How are y'all doing? Are you ready for another movie? No, I'm just kidding. I was just doing my funny Tommy Wiseau impression. But anyways, hey everyone, it's Gabe, and welcome to an episode of Gabriel Reviews, where I talk about movies and review them on my channel every Friday. And in today's review, it's a movie I've been wanting to review for quite some time, and a movie that I'm pretty sure most of you are familiar of, and that would be The Room. And before we start this review, here's a compilation of Tommy Wiseau being iconic.
Oh, hi, Mark.
You're just a chicken. Chip, 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 chip.
I have an announcement to make. We're expecting.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Now you're probably wondering, Gabe, why are you reviewing the movie that's so bad, that's so iconic, and a lot of people hate it? I mean, Thanksgiving has already passed, and Christmas is on its way. Well, I just figured I wanted to do it because I was in the mood for it, and I want to share my honest thoughts about this movie. But anyways, The Room was released in 2003 and is known to be a romantic drama film, which people consider it to be a poorly made drama film, but for me, I consider it to be a black comedy film, in my opinion. This movie was also written, directed, produced, and starring Tommy Wiseau, and he's a very iconic man himself. Now, this movie is well known for being known as one of the worst movies ever made, and also known as the Citizen Kane of bad movies, which is a clever name for me. The film quickly became a cult film due to its hilariously bad events, and yeah, I'm pretty sure you know exactly why. Now, even if you haven't seen this movie, I'm pretty sure most of you watching this have probably heard of this movie, and I kid you not when I say this, I've seen this movie at least 7 times, and I'm not joking when I say that, and it deserves to be viewed that many times, even more than 7 times. Yep. It's popular for its iconic lines and clips, which I showed some in the beginning, but here we go, guys. Time to talk about the story of The Room. Now, The Room, in my opinion, has got to be one of the most bizarre storylines I have ever heard in my life, and it's pretty weird when I bring this up. But anyways, The Room takes place in San Francisco and follows a banker named Johnny, played by Tommy Wiseau, who seems to be having it all. He has a job, he has a future wife/girlfriend, his fiancée named Lisa, played by Juliette Danielle, and his best friend Mark, played by Greg Sestero, along with his other friends, plus a great future ahead of him. You may think that Johnny seems like your normal, average man who is nice to people, right? And he seems to have, like, a great future ahead of him. However, there's actually a lot of stuff that goes downhill with him. What Johnny doesn't realize is that Lisa is having an affair with him and doesn't love him anymore, nor even likes him. Instead, Lisa stops dating Johnny and starts dating Mark, to which Mark is also having a conflict with Johnny. And even worse, Johnny's friends aren't the same with his life, and they end up looking up to him and betraying him. Johnny then realizes he's being betrayed and is so baffled and sad and angry at all this. What will Johnny do? Well, you'll just have to watch this movie and then find out. Alright, now let's get into my thoughts of the movie. Now, I think we can all agree that this movie is pretty poorly made, with its terrible acting, the bad green screen effects, the script is poorly written, and the plot is not the same. Despite all that, a lot of people say it's one of the best bad movies ever made, and I can totally agree on that. I can honestly think that this is such an entertainingly bad film that I don't even know how to describe it. It's just so hard doing this review without keeping a straight face. And I find this movie so hilarious with all the bad elements to it, especially the famous quotes. Like, there was this one scene where Johnny is having a birthday party and then gets to a fight with Mark when he finds out the dark truth behind him and Lisa. And of course, he was not very pleased. There's also a bunch of scenes of Johnny saying hi, Lisa loving Mark, and hating on Johnny. There's even some scenes of the characters playing catch with a football, which, I don't know about you, but to my thinking, I guess football might be Tommy Wiseau's favorite sport. Who knows? Now, when I first watched this movie, I was having a really bad day, so I was in the mood to watch this movie for the first time, and I initially gave it like a 3 out of 10 when I first watched it for how bad it is, but I was still entertained by it. Well, fast forward to now, after watching it 7 times, it just gets better and better each time I watch it. and I cannot stop laughing every time I watch it. Like, Tommy Wiseau is just such a very different and interesting person, to say the least, and I can imagine what it's like to meet him in real life. Now, this film was later made into a biopic slash book, and it's called The Disaster Artist. I haven't seen that movie or read the book, but I'll definitely check it out soon. But yeah. I also heard rumors that there's apparently supposed to be a remake coming out with the same name with Bob Odenkirk, which, if that ever happens, I'm gonna check it out right away, and definitely. Just imagine today is Black Friday, and a lot of people are hunting for that DVD copy of a movie or Blu-ray copy, which is one movie I would be very happy to own if I have it on DVD or Blu-ray. Like, that would make my day. I know this movie is screened a lot in many independent local theaters, which usually screens late at night, and I know a lot of people just go bonkers, they freak out, say a bunch of random stuff, and even throw plastic spoons in the air when the picture of plastic spoons in the picture frame of the movie, like, why does Johnny have a picture frame of spoons? I guess he must have a very strange obsession with spoons, I guess. Same with Tommy Wiseau. What if he's obsessed with spoons? But yeah, I definitely want to experience this movie in theaters one of these days, since that sounds like it would be a big part of my life. And this movie is also a big part of my life as well. It calms me down whenever I'm having a bad day, and it just gets better each time I watch it. But yeah, this movie is a trashy masterpiece, and I love it to death. And well, you're gonna be surprised when I say this, but it is one of my favorite movies. I don't care what anyone says. And I only recommend it if you like watching movies that are so bad. But if you're completely curious about this movie, I say, you know what? Give it a shot. Watch it. But yeah, this is such an amazing movie that is probably the best bad movie I've ever seen. And this movie makes me want to play catch with a football, not gonna lie. But yeah, The Room is a masterpiece, and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Alright everybody, that's the end of this review. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that bell for notifications, like, comment down below, share, and stay tuned for more videos coming out in the future. I'm Gabriel, and thank you all for watching.